And now for something completely different.
What's going on, YouTube? Well, I've got my hockey jersey, I've got my Pendleton's whiskey, I got a red hat, and it's 90 degrees outside. So that can only mean one thing. Today, we're going to Canada. We're going to check out one of my favorite bands, Unleash the Archers. And I feel terrible because I say favorite band, but really I'm not familiar with much beyond their two latest albums, Apex and Abyss. And I just recently learned that they covered the folk song Northwest Passage. Now here's a full disclosure. If you saw my original video, The 3 Things I Love About Unleash the Archers, you saw that I've been really wanting to do an interview with Brittany Slays. And I was kind of hoping to do like a interview / joint reaction to this song, because we're both history nerds. And I thought it'd be kind of cool. But you know what? Touring season's starting, and I know their schedules are pretty tight right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and check it out. But Brittany, if you're watching, I got books and cookies and a worthless history degree. So if you get some time, I'd love to hang with you for a short amount of time. But until then, we're just going to have to settle for me checking out Northwest Passage for the very first time. And I have a little something cool in store. We're going to check out the original version too, just so we can see what to compare it to. Also, to prepare for this, I started watching the video that Brittany Slays created discussing the meaning behind the cover song. And I was really excited to find out that it's actually a two-sided EP vinyl. I think it's called something like Explorers or something. Covers of some famous Canadian songs. The other one is called Heartless World by the Tees. And then she started talking about how there's a deeper meaning to the video and it had something to do with Rick and Morty and some kind of alternate timeline or something. And she said there was a lot of cool theories, but then the moment she said, but I'm going to explain exactly what it means, I turned it off because I want to play the game too and see if I can maybe figure out what's happening. So I promise I haven't seen it. No clue what I'm about to see. So let's head on over here. Okay, so this is going to be a long video, so I won't take up too much more of your time. But what little I do know about this song is that for Canadians, it's an incredibly popular and important song. In fact, some have petitioned to make it the national anthem. So it's basically, as far as I know, now I'm not incredibly versed in Canadian history, but it's all about the attempt to create some type of a seaway through North America, basically. And people have always attempted that, whether it was the St. Lawrence Seaway or even like the Panama Canal, any way that made things a little bit easier to get from Western Europe to East Asia. Instead of taking the land route, they could just go by sea. But they had that big giant landmass to worry about, right? The Americas. So I would kind of argue that this attempt was probably the bravest attempt out of all of them, because the Northwest Passage happened to be inside of the Arctic Circle. So from what I believe, you can't even get through there during certain times of the year when it's mostly frozen. And then even when it's not, it's very difficult, very cold, a lot of ice, and all kinds of other things to worry about, right? So that's the Northwest Passage in a nutshell. And I also believe that Stan Rogers did a little bit of touring that area himself, which I think is what inspired him to write this song. It's almost from a first-person perspective, him looking back to the past and the people who were there before him, like Franklin, I believe. And I'm probably getting all this wrong, the names and things like that, but just stuff that comes to me, so... Anyways, I don't want to take too much more of your time. Let's check out the Stan Rogers version first.
For just one time, I would take the Northwest Passage to find the hand of Franklin reaching for
a cappella here.
North Sea, tracing one warm line through a land so wide and savage, and make a Northwest Passage to the sea.
Boy, there's a backup singer kind of letting go, huh?
Westward from the Davis Strait, 'tis there 'twas said to lie, the sea route to the Orient for which so many died. Seeking gold and glory,
And for the Orient,
leaving
right?
weathered, broken bones, and a long forgotten, lonely cairn of stones. Ah, for just one time, I would take
This would be cool in a pub, you know?
passage to find the hand of Franklin.
Listen to that tenor up there.
Reaching for the Beaufort Sea, tracing one warm line through a land so wide and savage, and make a northwest passage to the sea. 3 centuries thereafter, I take passage overland in the footsteps of brave Kelso, where his sea of flowers began. Watching cities rise.
He's talking about his
before me,
trip, right? I
then
think.
behind me sink again. This tardiest explorer, driving hard across the plain. Ah, for just one time, I would take the Northwest Passage to find the hand of Franklin reaching for the Beaufort Sea, tracing one warm line through a land so wide and savage.
I like that one warm line.
Make a Northwest Passage to the sea.
Ooh, we're only halfway through. It's a long song. I just noticed something too. He was less than 40 years old when he passed. So my math probably sucks. What is that? 36? Oh my god. Well, history, right? Not so much math. But he was younger than me when he passed. And I want to say when I was looking this song up, he performed this in 1981. So he died 2 years later. So yeah, if you any other information you want to give, feel free to throw them in the comments. But yeah, I guess we'll keep going.
I'm
interested to see what they do with this.
Behind the wheel, the mileage clicking west, I think upon Mackenzie, David Thompson, and the rest, who cracked the mountain ramparts and did show a path for me to race the roaring Fraser to the sea. Ah,
What a great voice.
just one time, I would take the Northwest Passage to find the hand of Franklin reaching for the Beaufort Sea, tracing one warm line through a land so wide and savage, and make a Northwest Passage to the sea. How then am I so different from the first men through this way? Like them, I left a settled life, I threw it all away.
Well, he had a better map,
To
to
seek
be
a
fair.
Northwest Passage at the call of many men, to find there but the road back home again. Ah, for just one time, I would take the Northwest Passage to find the hand of Franklin reaching for the Beaufort Sea, tracing one warm line through a land so wide and savage, and make a Northwest Passage to the sea.
Very nice. You know, even a cappella, you can just tell that's just an epic song. I could see a bunch of glasses swinging in the air, a bunch of people arms around each other, singing it, belting it out. Great song. You know, and of course I could think of a few American songs that we kind of feel the same way and things, but this is pretty cool. Now I'm just gonna guess that Unleash the Archers just, Britney's gonna breathe fire, right? There's probably gonna be some shredding, battling guitar solos in the middle of it. I don't know. Does she give a battle cry in the beginning, maybe? Or do they do it a cappella? I guess we'll find out. I just figured out the other day that in the song Carry the Flame, that's actually Andrew singing. I always thought they had a guest come in to sing that. Dude's got pipes, man. But, so maybe they do a cappella. Who knows? So let's find out. Okay, so all I know is we got some Rick and Morty stuff. And just one more reason for me to just fall in love with this band, because what's sitting right here on my computer, I can't. Never mind. Here we go.
For just one time.
Already, man.
Take the Northwest Passage to find the hand of Franklin, reaching for the Beaufort Sea, tracing one warm line through a land so wide.
Dude, already epic, man.
And make a Northwest Passage to the sea.
Her and Scott are having a spat.
Westward from the Davis Strait, 'tis there it was said to lie, the sea route to the Orient for which so many died, seeking gold and glory, leaving weathered, broken bones, and a long forgotten, lonely cairn of stone.
Oh my God. It's a rare treat to hear her beautiful, clean voice, right? Usually she's got, again, fire shooting out of her mouth, right? Or just a ton of rasp or some layers happening or whatever. But in the few songs that she actually has a beautiful, clean voice, it just blows me away. I mean, it always blows me away. Either way. Okay. I'll get through this.
Forgotten, lonely cairn of stones. For just one time, I would take the Northwest Passage to find the hand of Franklin, reaching for the Beaufort
Oh, wait.
tracing one warm line through a land so wide and savage, and make a Northwest Passage to the sea.
Okay, I think I'm starting to see what's happening here. So we're getting alternate realities, maybe. So Andrew works for like FedEx, delivering a package to Grant, who's got kids, which I think Grant has kids. But it just looks like kind of like a family man hanging, and they obviously don't know each other, right? And then she looks over and it's a different guitarist. So I caught that. So let's see what happens here. And then it looks like maybe Brittany's working in like a, it's like an IT person, maybe something like that. I've seen the IT place at work. There's just crap everywhere in boxes and monitors everywhere. Yeah.
Northwest Passage to the sea. 3 centuries thereafter, I take passage over land in the footsteps of brave Kelso, where his sea of flowers began. Watching cities rise before me, then behind me sink again. This tardiest explorer driving hard across the plain. Oh, for just
Oh, hell.
I would take the Northwest Passage to find the hand of Franklin, reaching for the Beaufort Sea, tracing one warm line through a land so wide and savage, and make a Northwest Passage to the sea.
This is great.
And through the night behind the wheel, the mileage clicking west, I think upon Mackenzie, David, Tom,
Okay, before we get to that next chorus, it's funny. I was just thinking in the first half of this song, this is an Unleash the Archer song that I could play on the drums probably, right? No, I play drums, but like, no. Yeah, so I don't know. I guess we're just seeing almost like infinite timelines, right? It's the same people, but they all look different. But then it switches up, and she's just constantly going through this and just different realities and stuff. So, all right. I don't know what the whole death thing was about, though. That's how she does the layering. There's 3 of them. 4 of them. Oh, now Scott's playing guitar. She's the Britneyest Britney of all of them. I think I got it. So, like, if you've ever seen Rick and Morty, there's just a ton of Ricks, right? There's Ricks everywhere. There's a whole nation of Ricks. They go through different times and dimensions and things. And there's the Rickest Rick, right? So, and then there's Evil Ricks. And there's I don't know. It's a stretch. But what a cool video, man. All right, let's talk about it real quick. All right, so I am really glad that I watched the original first, just because to see what a banger that is. And I can imagine what that's like being played at a show in Canada. It's probably just an amazing experience. And I think it's kind of fun, too, how Unleash the Archers, they do a lot of videos that don't have much to do with the song, like at all. Like Faster Than Light. It's really nothing to do with what the song is about, right? But they're just, a group of friends that just occasionally will just have a weird idea. I kind of call them shower ideas, right? Where you're just like, something comes to you and you're like, that's goofy as hell. Let's do it.
You son of a bitch. I'm in.
And they're that tight and that similar in their nerdiness to all be on board. So what an amazing band. Seriously. So anyways, that was great. I'm glad I got to finally react to my favorite band at this moment. And let me know if there's anything I need to check out outside of the 2 albums I mentioned. I'm familiar with Tonight We Ride. But beyond that, not much, so let me know. If you're new to this channel, thanks for stopping by. I don't have to tell you to subscribe. If you want to, you will, whatever. And in the link, I got a Patreon, I've got a Discord channel, all that good stuff. So maybe I'll see you around. But until then, everybody please be safe, be healthy, and be nice to each other.
Your skills are required for a job.
You son of a bitch, I'm in.
I'm in. I'm out. I quit. Whose kidneys are these?